Hello and welcome to Jazz Tonight. I'm Michael Jacobi, executive producer of Jazz on the Plazz and host of Raising the Standards on KCAT Radio Santa Cruz. Delighted to have you with us. We're just about the midway point of our 2017 homage to the great Billie Holiday and welcoming back. See, when you were that good the year before, you get the call back. And I know you were waiting around for the phone to ring. Nicolas Bearde, how are you, buddy?
I'm just fine, thank you.
Well, I'm glad to see you, buddy.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
You, if Nicolas sounds a little out of breath, you're traveling more than Trump is. I mean, you have.
I've been globetrotting just a bit.
You have
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
Where you been?
Just returned from, North Sea Jazz Festival.
Which is
in
where?
Rotterdam,
Okay.
Holland, Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Zurich, and Barcelona.
Favorite city in Europe?
Oh, I have to kind of say Paris because my child lives there. My daughter lives there, but it's probably the city I travel to most of all. Yeah.
You do gigs in Paris? Paris,
I've just started.
It was years ago. but
Yeah,
is it
just
still?
last year, just did 2 engagements there, and I've been invited back to do a couple more, and we're going to line some of those things up this year.
I don't want to use the word appreciative, but the most knowledgeable fans in Europe.
Well, the French are definitely for jazz,
Or at
but
least
so,
they think
but so,
they
the,
know
but so are the
everything,
Germans too.
yeah.
I mean, especially in Berlin and those areas, Stuttgart, Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
As
I'd
opposed
say
to Asia. I mean, have you played Japan?
I have played Japan. I spent a significant amount of time in Japan years ago, many years ago, and I just recently played Beijing, China.
And how was that?
That was smoggy.
That was smart, yeah.
It was smoggy. But we played the National Center for the Performing Arts, which looked like a gigantic satellite/egg yolk
Yeah.
that sits right near Tiananmen Square. It's a magnificent theater. So we had a great time playing there.
And the audience has a clue what you're doing?
The audience was very enthusiastic, about 1,800 people.
Oh,
and,
wonderful.
Yeah, just very enthusiastic. And we had the opportunity to do one of the popular Chinese songs.
Oh, really?
which,
Which
of
you
course-
sang in Mandarin?
We sang in Mandarin, yes. Reading off the page, mind you. Yeah, phonetically we sang. Yeah, it was very nice, and we were treated very well.
The brothers singing in Mandarin.
Brothers singing in.
I got to tell you, that's a
Yeah,
sight to
the
behold.
jazz singers singing in Mandarin. Yeah.
Hey, not to
It's a
turn,
first, yes.
not to turn this into a travelogue, but I've never been to Toronto, and Toronto's supposed to be a terrific jazz town. Have you played there?
I have not played Toronto.
You should-
Well,
you should.
excuse me, I did play it with Bobby McFerrin some years ago, but
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you the venue. Yeah, but it's a great city. I have family there, so I visit there a fair amount.
There was such a marvelous response to you last year, and this is your third visit, right?
No,
Or
second,
second.
yeah.
And you knocked him dead last year, and that's one of the reasons you're
Thank
back.
you.
And
Oh,
I'm
good.
such a big admirer of yours. The touring obviously is going well.
It's
But
going well. Yeah.
as a career, from a singing standpoint, how tough is it? I mean, you produce your own stuff, or do you have your
I do,
own?
yeah.
Oh, so you're not signed with a label.
No, well, I
Which
have
is-
my own label.
You have your own
Yeah.
label, which you negotiated. I'm not giving me that much.
Yes.
You'll take less.
Yes.
But and that's a two-edged sword. I mean, you control your own distribution.
Absolutely.
That's the good news. The bad news is there's no one out.
Well, the bad news
Outside the
is
marketing.
yeah, the bad news is that the financial aspect of that has to come from me as well. But I do get creative control.
Right.
I do get all of the marketing, management, all of that is entirely on me. And it's a certain amount of freedom that I appreciate. I really appreciate doing that. So I've never been under contract to anyone, and the offers I've had to be under contract were, let's just say, onerous.
Yeah.
And I declined to do it because of that. So I'm happy to be in this situation. I could use a little more funding always.
Well, I was going to ask you that because our buddy John Prue, and I don't know if is it Fund to Need, not Fund to Need, it's a GoFund or something. When you
GoFundMe, yes.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing that.
A lot of people are doing that. I've done.
He did very well. And it's like
Yeah.
if you got a good fan base, have
I
them,
did that. I did that for one album. I did Kickstarter,
Okay.
which is a similar kind of
Kickstarter,
thing.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I did that. It's quite a lot of work, I must say. Yeah. And we were
And
successful.
very long liner notes.
Long.
You gotta thank
A booklet.
everybody.
A booklet.
Donors over $12.
20 foot, $25, 25, $1, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, but no, it was an effort, and we were successful. And I may not do that ever
Well,
again. But
Is recording? I mean, years ago you made your money by record sales, which were
Not so anymore.
In those days they were in dollars, and now
Yeah.
your residuals are in pennies.
no, they're in micro pennies.
Micro pennies.
Yeah.
So
what's happening now?
somebody
is that-
downloads an album. Is it mostly
That's the
singles
new-
that people download, or
Well,
albums?
that's the new paradigm now. Is that young people in particular, are not owning product. They're not owning hard copy, real world product. They own the download, and in fact, they're basically renting the download, because if they lose their phone, the download's
It's
gone.
gone.
So you know what I mean. So it's a new paradigm entirely, and we as artists, we make the bulk of our money touring, performing live, and that's where the most fundage comes from. If I may coin a term, fundage. Yeah.
Much fundage.
Yeah.
But as I say, do people, when they download something,
Yes.
do people download the entire product, or just
No,
download?
usually a song.
Or a lot
That's-
of millennials, they
that's-
download a verse.
That's
I'm
usually
tired of
it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually it. It's usually per song.
Okay.
So, you know, you might question whether or not, I mean, as an artist, I might question whether or not it's
Worth it.
worth it to do an album per se. But, you know, I still think in that thematic sort of context, I want a product, I want an album that reflects the way I'm feeling artistically at this moment in time.
Well, it's interesting because on the show is I will get people who call me and says, "You want to play jazz in the Plazz? So can we send you some products?" I said, "Sure." And it says, "Okay, well, download." I go, "No,
Yeah.
I need a CD because
Thank you.
I'm playing it on the air." So,
Yeah.
and a lot of them go, "Oh, we don't have one."
Well, the other thing I think that's being lost by downloads is that who's playing on the record?
That's true.
You know, who's your band? I mean, who's playing with you and for you and that kind of thing? And you kind of lose that information.
is
Where'd
that-
you record it? When'd you record
Is
it?
that deal down the line? Is that up to you to negotiate with your band?
I'm sorry.
When-
What?
If somebody plays on a CD, is it a one-time fee? Is it
It's
studio
usually a
musician?
one-time fee.
So they don't get a percentage.
Yeah, the producer.
Of the
If there's an
micro
outside producer, he's going to get a percentage usually. But for the band members or the musicians, the one-time fee. Yeah.
And as you say, the vast majority of sales are live gigs.
Live gigs. Yeah.
How many CDs have you got in your catalog?
I have officially 5.
Okay.
Unofficially 6 and some pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you still get all?
Oh, absolutely.
6?
I'll make sure.
I will
Just place
come
an
to
order.
your house.
Place an order, we'll get it to you. Absolutely, yes.
And they can do that online?
Absolutely, yeah. NicolasBearde.com. That's the website. Yeah.
other
But
words,
I'm also iTunes and all the other
Yeah.
download sites as well. So
What if, is that essentially publishing rights? If you own the right, for instance, if you own the rights to a song. More importantly, if you write a song,
yeah.
okay, and then record it, do you get any more of these micro pennies?
Oh yeah, absolutely. As the writer, and if you are the publisher also, then you get 100% of everything.
Okay.
But if there's a separate publisher, say like Warner Brothers or something, publishes it for you, which means that they handle selling it to other people, or getting it placed in other artists' hands, then they'll get a portion of.
And is it easy to track this to know if you're being screwed or not?
It's especially now, you can track to the micro 0.00001 cent.
What's the smallest check you ever got?
0.
I guess that
I kid you not.
You actually got a
I've
check.
actually gotten checks for
And you had to endorse it.
$0.000. Yeah, and I've gotten a $0.001 check.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, it's
That's still hanging on my
One
wall.
can't help, particularly if you're close to our age in this business, look back at the indentured servitude of guys like Little Richard and Bo
Mm-hmm.
Diddley and the early rockers, who really got taken advantage of.
sure. Yeah.
Is it that different now, or are you just it's online now.
This is strictly my opinion, and from what I've seen, it's much different now because people are taking control of their product. So they, it's self-produced, and it's in many cases it's self-written, and so they, get ownership, and it's easier to get information on how to structure your ownership so that it's a legal ownership. Other than just sending it to yourself in the mail. That used to be just send it to yourself and don't open it.
Now
that doesn't work anymore.
If you were to be offered, say Verve offered you a deal, I would think that you'd have to, other than fine.
You see me perked up. Okay.
But,
what are you offering?
But you got to weigh the alternatives. You may get this, but you lose this,
exactly.
And ultimately, how much ahead am I?
What a big label still offers, like Blue Note, Warner Brothers, those guys, is they offer access to performing venues.
Okay, so
publishing, controlling your publishing better, and monitoring where your sales are worldwide, that kind of thing. So that's what's difficult for the small artist, is to track something that happened in Botswana. How many CDs did you sell in South Africa, that kind of thing.
Now we've gone from a travelogue to a business show.
Yeah.
But just finishing up on that note, does anybody ever package their stuff? Could you sell concert tickets with a CD in it? Has that ever been attempted?
Prince
he
has done that. He's done that kind of thing where the price of your ticket includes a CD.
I don't know,
So if he sells, 20,000 tickets to a concert, sold 20,000 tickets to a concert and gave away 20,000 CDs, and that goes to SoundScan, and SoundScan is the monitoring entity that says, okay, you sold a gold record, you made a gold record because you sold X number of CDs. So if that's part of your SoundScan count, then you've instantly
you should have done that in
hiked
China.
it up. Yeah.
With the smog.
If I had known.
If you'd known, you could have taken your 1,800 CD.
I don't think they would have let me get out of the country with that kind of money. that much won.
Yeah, probably not.
No.
We're talking with Nicolas Bearde, who is in town tonight. As always, my silly disclaimer that by the time you see this, he was in town, probably last week or months ago, and you missed a hell of a show. And we're delighted that he's here. I also want to take a moment to give a big shout out and a thank you to our sponsors for this year. O'Connor Hospital, part of Verity Health. We appreciate them stepping up and helping keep jazz alive, and more importantly, helping keep Jazz Tonight on the air. Let's hear a word from them, and we'll be back with Nicolas Bearde.
At O'Connor Hospital, we're restoring health together. Step by step, together. Because care is better together. O'Connor, together in health. At O'Connor Hospital, we're shortening your wait time. Because in an emergency, every minute counts. This is our commitment to you. O'Connor Hospital, together in health.
We're with our buddy Nicolas Bearde. Billie Holiday. We've spoken on this show this year to everyone about her, and I made the observation that she had a profound effect on vocalists, obviously, but also on musicians as well. What are your, not memories of her, but growing up, did you listen to a lot?
I didn't listen to Billie Holiday very much. I was very much a fan of the Motown, sort of pop R&B music, but I also listened to classical music, and I listened to, pop music like Johnny Mathis and that sort of thing. But I never really got into Billie Holiday until much later in life. It was, I like to say, my father listened to blues all the time, and it was so depressing that I really didn't want to hear it as a teenager. So it wasn't until later, when I'd lived some blues, that I started listening to people like Billie Holiday and the great blues people around. So, it took a little maturity to get into her.
Did you grow up in the East Bay?
No, I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, that's far East Bay.
Far East.
That's way East.
Way East, yes. Yeah.
You get to Piedmont,
and a little
you
south.
just keep going.
Yeah.
Nashville, what was that like?
Well,
were you on the end of the civil rights movement when you were growing up?
no. That was
were
going
past
on
it?
when I was in high school
Okay.
and college age. I mean, that was the lunch counter.
Well, it certainly hasn't ended, but I mean,
Yeah, the lunch
years-
counter sit-ins and all
Yeah.
that were going on, and the
Oh, really?
marches. Yeah. I went to college at what is now Tennessee State University. So there was a lot of student involvement in that, and sit-ins, marches through downtown. And Nashville at that time was really kind of subject to, the younger generation, and then there was the older, settled generation, which was living under those sort of segregationist
Right.
rules and mentality at the time. So there was this real conflict between the two cultures, So
What
it
do
was,
you, what do
it
you
was
miss
an
most about the
interesting
South?
time. There's a tranquility that I feel in a place like Nashville, laced with a little bit of anxiety.
Okay.
The tranquility aspect of it always pulls me back.
Yeah.
And then I go back home and I visit and I go, nope, that's straight back to California.
It's
Yeah.
like me going back to Chicago during spring, which
Yeah.
is one afternoon in April.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I realize why I left.
If I may, there was an experience I was doing I was actually invited down to South Carolina to be to be in this parade because one of my songs had hit the charts down there and was a big deal, and everybody loved it on the shag dancing scene. And so they invited me down, and my brother lives in Sumter, South Carolina. So I was going back and forth between the coast and Sumter, and I had to get to Atlanta to take a flight, and I decided I was just going to rent a car and just drive because I'd never seen this area. And as I got through Augusta, Georgia, it was just about twilight, and there was a chill that ran through me. It was like,
Yeah.
just think of what it would have been like to be on a plantation or
Oh, yeah.
to be running away from a plantation and be out here in this darkness with
Or
this.
be driving in the darkness in the 50s.
Yeah,
or 60s.
buddy.
That's-
And I was just like, okay, I need to get to the airport in a hurry
yeah,
and drop this
that's
car
the
off.
anxiety issue.
Yeah, that's the anxiety thing. But it's really beautiful there, and there's a strong history, and I have family history there that always pulls me back. It's a beautiful place.
And I think that whole thing, not to be flippant about it, but with the flag and the statues and stuff, it seems that the majority of people got it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Which I thought,
people are really
was,
changing their mind about
a
how they see
tribute to
it.
education. There was
Yeah.
a one, I can't remember who did it. I saw him on Charlie Rose, but talking about what those things actually represented.
Yeah.
I think it might have been a mayor of somewhere, but it was a marvelous thing. But yeah, you can remember, but you don't have to honor.
Exactly.
It's a great deal.
And I think you're absolutely right. Education is key to all of this. I mean, even the music business. Being educated about what it means to write a song, the mechanics of putting it out to market, and keeping control of your assets once that song is generating, income.
Well, and
That's all education, knowing how to do that.
the education from a business side, from the performance side, it is. I know you were growing up, you had music in school, right? You had classes?
We had music in schools. Everybody had instruments.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play an instrument, there was an instrument for you to play.
And if you didn't
No
get
matter
there
how
first,
bad you
got the
sounded.
cello, right?
No, we had everything. I mean, I went to a very small school, but there was everything. I mean, marching bands and little xylophones with the little
Yeah.
filigreed music stands and all the
Glock-
clips
is that a
and the
glockenspiel?
uniforms.
Is that what that's called?
Glockenspiel, yes.
Glockenspiel.
Yeah, the one on the
That's-
on the chest and all of that. My brother played classical percussion
Really?
in high school. Yeah. So everything was there. If you were interested in doing it, it was
That
there.
is such a sad thing that we have lost.
I think as a country, we really need to look at our priorities.
Yeah.
Because that's so very important. Music, the arts, all of education really supports our society and keeps us strong.
We couldn't spend more than 5 hours talking about that.
Yeah.
So okay, you're growing up. Your dad listened to blues. Were your folks musicians?
No, I was the only overt musician besides my brother. My brother just played. I think he just played because it was just something to do. However, my sister, who was a year behind me, And it wasn't until we were both grown and gone that I found that my sister was an excellent violinist, but she never practiced at home.
Really?
We never saw her with a violin in her hands. She never played at any school functions that we knew of, at least while I was there. And I found out years later from teachers at the school that said, your sister was could have been a concert violinist,
Really?
but she kept it from us all. And we lived in the same household. I mean,
That is amazing.
how she did that, I don't know. Yeah.
My daughter is the lead singer in a punk rock band.
Really?
And
Wow.
and pretty successful. And I had no idea that she sang. And then one day it was Daddy, you ought to pay attention.
Right.
I'm like, okay. While you and my brother were playing baseball, that's what I was doing.
Yeah. That's great. Glad to hear.
So what? Oh, still
successful
great.
with it.
What?
Good.
What did you play an instrument then? Did you play piano or what?
No, no.
So you were just vocals.
Just vocals.
Just
yeah.
a vocalist.
Just vocals. Yeah.
All right. So you're doing you're listening to Motown. Was there an epiphany somewhere along the way that says all of a sudden you discovered Lou Rawls, Billy Eckstine, Nat Cole?
Well, no, I discovered Lou Rawls when there was an album called Lou Rawls Live.
Which is the
Came
Windy City, the Mighty Hawk.
Yes, with the Tobacco Road and all those classic
cut you in
monologues
half,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
wonderful.
So that was the one. That was my Lou Rawls discovery. I mean, I'd heard Dead End Street and those songs, but I didn't really.
Boy, he left us too early. What a talent.
Well, yeah, but he put out 70 plus albums
Yeah,
in
it's
his
amazing.
lifetime. Yeah, he did
God
quite a
bless
bit
him.
of
He
work.
lived to see the White Sox win, which was great when they won the series
Really?
5 or 10 years ago. Yeah.
Well, did they win that?
Yeah, they won. They beat.
See, I'm not a
who did
Chicago
they-
baseball
no, they
fan,
beat.
so-
I don't know, Houston or something. But
Okay.
but they hadn't won since '59.
If only he could have seen the Cubs win.
Oh my God! Nobody thought they were going to live that long.
I know. I enjoyed that game.
Oh, that was
that final game.
well.
awesome.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
It was. I'm a big Yankee fan, but it was so much fun to see that. And the great thing about Cleveland playing Chicago was somebody had to win.
Somebody had to win. Yeah.
And
yeah.
that was the fun
It was
part.
a do or die
But now
for both
that that's
teams,
over,
yeah.
I don't need
Yeah.
any more cups. John, what do we got going? You got anything? You go in the studio soon, or what's your plan?
I have another project that's in mind that's being researched right now. There will be a live show as well as a recording. So that's in the works, and if I revealed it, I would
Have
lose
to
out
kill
on
me,
it.
yeah.
Well, no, somebody out there would go,
That's a good idea.
what a great idea. And it would
So
be
you
done.
wont have like your iPhone on tonight while you're singing. We're not doing a recording.
No,
No, we're not
no,
gonna do
no,
that.
no.
They're
No,
pretty
it's-
good. You can release.
No, it's not related to what the music we're doing tonight, but
Okay.
it's something entirely
All
different.
right. Tonight, as I say, it's in the past for many of you, but it's certainly worth talking about as we remember Billie Holiday. You're going to do "God Bless the Child."
I am going to do God
You know a
Bless
lot
the
about that tune because I got to look it up before I introduce it.
Child.
You remember?
Not really like the history of it.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Well, I'll find out. You'll learn something.
Okay,
tonight when I'm
good.
here.
I'll,
Who have you got
I'll
with
have
you
pen
tonight?
in hand.
Who have you got with you tonight?
Well, I'm with the Spectrum Big Band.
Oh, that's right. You've got Full
Yeah.
Spectrum, our house
Full
band.
Spectrum, yes.
And
Yes.
is that and you're doing some things that you break out into the quartet, right? Or
Right, some things in
smaller
quartet.
thing,
I'm
yeah.
also doing some of my original music
I talked to Olivet
with
this
a
morning. He was
big
telling
band
me that.
arrangement. Yeah, so I'm looking
Now,
forward
do
to
you
that.
do your own arrangements?
I do some of it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who did the arrangement for? What's your latest CD?
The latest CD is called Invitation.
And is that Come Back to Me? Is that on there?
Come Back to Me, and that's Nat Adderley Jr.
That did the arrangement.
did the
It's
arrangement.
Great
yes,
arrangement.
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
From is a Lerner and Lowell on a clear
Yeah.
day you can see.
Alan
forever.
Lerner, yeah.
Yeah. Great tune.
Yeah.
That's a great CD.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
I like it.
apparently you have 6 CDs. I understand. So
Six-ish.
So people, what if people wanted these alleged CDs? How would they get them?
Well, they could go to nicolasbeard.com, and that's Nicolas, no H in there.
Yeah.
B
A lot of people spell it wrong.
Bearde. Right.
So .com, and you can order them online. And if they were to
Or
send
iTunes
them, will
and-
you? If they sent them to you, is there a way you can get them signed?
I know some people that can do that. I have a small factory with people. Absolutely.
We can sign them Lou Gehrig if you
Exactly.
want. We don't.
What do you want me to put on there?
What have you got? Wow, Mr. Coltrane. What do you got on your bucket list? Somewhere you'd like to play something you'd like to record?
Well, I've been touring with Vincent Herring and an entity he put together called the Story of Jazz Orchestra. You know, recorded music, jazz recorded music was happened to. Let me turn that around. Jazz was first recorded in 1917 in the United States. So this band is to celebrate the 100-year history of recorded jazz in America. And so we've been touring with that. That's where I just came back from the tours I was on, was with this band. And this band features such a group of luminaries. It's just an honor for me to be involved. It's Steve Turre on trombone, Jeremy Pelt on trumpet, the great John Faddis on trumpet.
Oh, really?
Vincent Herring on alto sax, Eric Alexander on tenor, James Carter on tenor and baritone. Yeah. Mike Ladon on piano, Kenny Davis on bass, and Carl Allen on drums.
And these are the guys you toured
and myself doing
Europe
vocals
with?
and narration. So.
How
Yeah, we just toured Europe, and we did 5-day stand at Birdland in New York in the first of the year to kick it off. And we're going to tour Europe again in November, and then back to New York.
You played Birdland in the winter, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like New York, huh?
Nothing like New York in the winter.
Particularly in the
We had snow, and then we had rain, and then it got warm, and then it was snowed again, and it rained, and it was
Birdland's fun.
Birdland was fun. Yeah.
You played the Village Vanguard, do you?
Have not played it.
Played
not
Blue
yet.
Note?
I played Blue Note out here.
Out here.
Yeah, but not New York. Yeah.
A delight that you're back.
I'm happy to be back. I'm looking forward to some golf somewhere.
Well, we'll see you at my golf tournament in October.
Yeah.
And you're as good as they get.
Thank
you.
you.
You are certainly
very kind of you.
certainly like a triple threat, like our friend Alan Judge,
Ah.
or Aaron Judge, rather.
Yeah.
You're an actor, you're a writer, you're a producer, vocalist. I mean, you do it all.
By the way, if you look carefully, you can see a blur of me in the Stephen Curry and Serena Williams commercial.
Oh,
that's
is
been
that
running.
you?
That's me. That's me, the ghost that goes by like this.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And that's got to be a bunch of microcents.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.
It's just a lovely
I
thing.
can't wait to see
Listen,
that check.
it's a blur, but it's not so much of a blur that you can't tell who.
But
it
if
is.
I hit the button quick
If
enough,
you hit the button, there I am.
I can
Bing.
see it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
As many of my friends
This
have done.
Nicolas Bearde, Full Spectrum Jazz, and Jazz Tonight. We're delighted you're able to join us again. And as you watch this this interview throughout the year, keep in mind that how important your contributions and your involvement with keeping jazz alive really are. So until next week, thank you to O'Connor Hospital, a part of Verity Health, and to the good folks at KCAT and my producer, Melissa Torrin. This is Jazz Tonight, and I'm Michael Jacobi.
In other words,